Hey, what's going on, guys? Just doing a little video here. I had a good comment actually. Something that I've been kind of trying to figure out how to do on my Snowball app, but I don't really have the spot to like differentiate the accounts. So I'm just going to go over a few things that I have in my TFSA because, yeah, I have my TFSA maxed out. So right now it's sitting about 150,000 for value, and I'll just quickly go over what I hold in there. Everything else is not in the TFSA. So as far as taxes go, this is kind of going to be my first year filing taxes where I'll have some higher dividend income in there. I'm used to having rental income, but that's, been offset by, the mortgages and the interest and maintenance and whatever else. So with my job right now, I'm making about $100,000 a year at my job, which, funny enough, it translates to roughly my dividend income if by the time you take the taxes and the health benefits and all the other union dues and everything off, like $100,000 salary really acts like a $64,000 income. But anyways, guys, as far as my TFSA, so this is what I'm holding in my TFSA right now. I have HYLD in my TFSA. This is something that I started a while ago, building it up, and I've had it in my TFSA for a while. And then I've also got HHIS in my TFSA. Now, I have a little bit of it in my non-registered account, but my TFSA, again, it's maxed out. So like I'm trying to buy the shares of the ETFs that I want, but I have really nowhere else to buy them. So, high yield, yes. But I'm hoping that with the income, the tax implications aren't going to be completely crazy. Again, I'm not going to know until we go to file the taxes. And then I also hold BCCC, the Global X Bitcoin covered call ETF. I have this in my TFSA. I want to say right now, my TFSA is like almost $2,000 a month in tax-free income between HHIS, HYLD, and BCCC. I actually also have a little bit of YMAX. So I had some yield max funds. I still have YMAX in there. I don't even track it anymore because I don't have many shares, and it's just not something the dividend's a little bit unreliable. So I just chose to stop tracking it. But you know what? I could always throw it in here, something to kind of add on top, but I don't consider it a stable holding, so I don't really track it. But HHIS, of course, being the workhorse for the dividends and the high yield. I had mixed thoughts of keeping this outside of the TFSA, but with the changes in my job and just life changes now happening, relying on these income sources, HHIS is really proving to be a good high income source. So I think having some outside of the TFSA, as long as you're not making a lot, at your day job, or if you have another, source of income, then it's probably not a terrible decision. Everything else, guys, everything else besides HHIS, HYLD, and BCCC. So I really got like those three ETFs in my TFSA. USCL is not in my TFSA. I bought, a lot of shares of this. As soon as my rental property sold, I just went out and I plugged a lot into USCL. Again, I've talked about it before. The timing was bad. I'm, quite still down on the share price, but, that's going to be income. It's a big source of income right there that I'm getting from USCL. Like, $16,000 a year I'm looking at from USCL alone. So we're going to see how the taxes break down. If you guys are curious, I can always do a tax video. To be really frank, between my day job and my taxes last year from my rental income, at the end of the year, I owed like maybe close to $5,000 in taxes. So, it's never good to owe money, but I definitely made a lot more money than that from my rental properties, and work, right? I mean, work taxes are just, they're huge compared to any investment tax. So anyways, guys, to sum it up, in my TFSA, I've got HHIS, HYLD, and BCCC. As soon as contribution room opens up next year, I'm going to plug some more money in. It's probably going to go into HHIS because I'd love to shelter the highest yielding ETFs. You want to shelter those dividends, but again, once you max out your TFSA, you don't really have a choice. So that's all I got for you guys. House is sold. Got the cash today, so I'll be looking at buying some shares tomorrow or next week. I'm seeing the market's down. Like my portfolio's down just 0.42% today, but I'm hoping things slide a little bit more so I can pick up some deals, because every single time I get a payday, I sold a house. Every single time I just have the worst timing. So maybe I'll decide to buy some stuff tomorrow, and I'll let you guys know. And then as soon as I buy it, the market will tank. So it's good buying opportunity for everybody else. But anyways, guys, enjoy the rest of the week, and I'll catch you in the next video.